Hey, this is Matt. Once again, we're about to another video. This is a paid request, this time from Lord Dragur. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, video game playthroughs, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, Lord Dragur wanted me to talk about One Punch Man, and watched a chunk of season 1. Very much liked it. I had fun with this. This was because I didn't know much. I had heard the character, but the name is all I knew about. Never read the manga. I just this had 2 seasons. Maybe one day I'll pick them up on DVD or whatever they're on. Because I did have fun with this. It's as much as I'm sick of superhero films and whatever the case nowadays. This was what, 2015 or so when this came out, this anime series. It was violent and gory, it had some fun action, had some energy, but also kind of took the piss out of the superhero angle too, and that's what I liked about it as well. And the first, 5-10 minutes kind of told me, okay, this is a different ball game, and I'm ready for the ride. Because you have this purple-blue villain with antennas, and is blowing up buildings, and he's naming himself Vaccine Man, and he's death and destruction. And this guy comes up. He's bald. He's got a yellow cape. He's got a yellow outfit. He's got a white cape. And the villain's like, "What are you here for?" "Oh, I'm here for fun." "Oh, I'm the Vaccine Man. I'm here because all the pollution people have caused." And I'm like, "Wait, you're the Smog Monster? Did you get Godzilla? Maybe Jet Jaguar?" But then Kyle looks at the villain and with one punch kills it. And then when he kills it one punch, he's pissed off about it. He's like, "Damn it." Because you have a being that's so super powerful. For most stuff, it's, oh, how's he going to beat this villain? How's he going to do this? No. He kills a lot of villains throughout this. No, it's the other stuff, the everyday stuff that he's got to deal with. That switch is very unique and refreshing. What if you're the most powerful being? What if instead you're worrying about, man, nobody thinks I'm a hero, or man, this guy's really annoying me, or man, what do I want to do for money? And we were kind of refreshing to see a hero that's just so powerful, and the way they do the punches, you do like the swerve, and how violent some of these things can get. And the character was an interesting character because it like shows a flashback to how this started. We had a full set of hair, he got fired, and this weird looking creature thing, which is a crab man wearing white underpants, is going to go kill people because he's pissed off because some kid drew nipples on him. "Oh, you're like me, and you're sad like me. I'm going to let you go. Get out of here." So apparently the crab man's looking for someone with like a chin, like a bigger than Bruce Campbell chin, and he sees a kid, and he's like, maybe I should leave him alone. It's not my business. But then the crab man comes and he saves the kid. And he gets beaten up, and gets wrecked for a bit. But he takes his tie and grabs the thing's eye and pulls it out of its socket. And right then and there, he decides to be a hero. And ultimately became this guy. And, in this... not every episode is like this, to be fair, but it's a nice way to start. There's like another big guy villain, this giant person who had this like regular looking brother who helped create it on the shoulder. And when you get the idea with One Punch Man, he's always looking for some kind of thrill in the fight. Because it's too easy. It's too easy to do this, too easy to stop it. And he knows something is missing, but he can't quite get it, and he's hoping that the next fight will be a challenge. And so here's this. I don't want to get into spoilers, so bear with me. But he sees this big motherfucker, and he gets on. He's like, "Hey, how's it going? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing this for?" And the brother goes, "Kill that thing on your shoulder." But his brother's so stupid, he hits the wrong shoulder. And then realize it, brothers. So it does have a dark sensibility of humor. Not quite like James Gunn, but kind of a little bit remind me of that. Again, dark humor type. And when you see the remains, there's like nothing left, just blood and clothes. I'm gonna kill you. But then, again, one hit takes the guy down. Now, I will say, of the episodes I saw, the first episode was the best one. I did like most of the ones I saw. I liked most of them, but even if you just see the first episode, I recommend at least the first episode. The others I don't think are bad, but the first episode especially, I would say at least the first three episodes. Well, the first four episodes, to be honest, I watched about. There's 12 episodes. I watched half the season. I would say the first four episodes I liked. The fifth one was okay, and the sixth one was meh. There was of the first six episodes, there wasn't any I thought was bad. I think what it is that when it gets to the fifth, sixth episode, now we're on kind of the okay, this is little bits to add up to this bigger picture of a story, but the first four episodes are kind of their own self-contained stories. I think that helped. I didn't like this first one. You have, he kills one villain, Vaccine Man. Backstory, Crab Man, this big guy. And then he has his dream about all these subterranean creatures. Well, you're not supposed to know it's a dream yet. It's like, oh, there's these subterranean creatures and they want to take over the world. And in a weird way, the show kind of blew its load because this is like the most intense stuff and it's in the first episode. It starts out with a bang, I'll give you that. But to me, it was like the best episode so far. I don't know, Lord Dragur, you let me know. Are there any other episodes throughout the two seasons or like this first episode? In terms of like this crazy action where he's like fighting all these creatures. Like, oh my god, how could he stand this? He's like, oh my god, I can't believe it, finally a fight I could really enjoy. And he's fighting all these things here. He's fighting all these guys there. And he keeps going. And he's like, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's like, you did really cinematic with the anime style animation. More crazier drawings to really make it bigger and bigger and more epic. Until finally he wakes up and it's just a dream. Just, oh, he was finally satisfied. He finally got the fight he wanted, but now it's a dream. And he hears, oh my god, there's subterranean creatures. He's so excited. He jumps down, but he kills the creature in one go. And he turns to the subordinates, and they left a sign saying, we surrender. And they left. And they go, just this defeated look. And that's what I mean, like, you get the violence, you get the action. It's not as gore as I make it out to be fair. It's not like Akira, that type of gore. It's just with the violence of the punches is satisfying to watch. But the sense of humor, I guess I didn't expect and was rather refreshing. Episode 2 is the lone cyborg. You have these mosquitoes zapping people of their fluids so they become mummified. First it starts with animals, now it's with people. And you find out it's this mosquito girl, pretty voluptuous. I'm like, without the death part, I'd hit it. Just don't want to die. But she's controlling the mosquitoes. And we're introduced to another character called the Lone Cyborg. I forget the actual name, but the name of the episode is the Lone Cyborg. And it's battling this thing and using its flamethrowers and blasting these mosquitoes and trying to fight her. And as I said, throughout it, it's going to be heavy spoilers. I would say at least the first 4 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes, I would recommend at the very least. Again, I've only seen the first, but where you can find it, click off the video and check it out. But again, I like that kind of plays against the type of a lot of these superhero movies and shows. Well, okay, it's going to be this big fight. Okay, it's a one-punch man, but how long is that going to last? And like the cyborg is kind of the typical hero, and he has a dark past and he wants to redeem itself and wants to find this figure and get revenge on it. But while it's on that journey, it's going to try to help people. In this case, take down this mosquito girl and stop her rampage. And at one point, she tastes his arm, but he takes her legs. And you have this battle going on. Meanwhile, our lead character is trying to deal with these mosquitoes, and it won't stop. So ultimately, he goes outside, sees the cyborg getting a bit of his ass kicked. The mosquitoes and the flames, all this stuff come about, burns his clothes off, so he's naked. The mosquito girl goes for him, and he just does this. One slap completely obliterates her. And the cyborg's like, oh, let me be your disciple, please, let me be your disciple. Please, please, please. And Lily's, oh my God, no, I don't want to deal with this. But he does eventually let him. Fine, fine, fine. But don't call me master. Don't call me this. No, no, no. And then you have this guy who, okay, this is going to be the story. He's going to be the head bad guy. He's got all these creatures and all these experiments. And he sends more. But when he sends more, there's this praying mantis that screws up his apartment. And the One Punch Man gets pissed and goes, and does this. Like, he's looking over here, like, and like, punches the head off where, like, his eyes go out the back of his head, and like, the way it's done is very graphic, very cool looking. So it definitely got the blood, the bloody gore bit in that. This is one line guy is talking so cocky looking, and oh, he's going to do this and that, and then he does this, and again fucks that guy up. And then you have this other that's like a mole that could bury under, and this great shot where it's like now it's scared. It wasn't scared before, now it's scared now. So it's trying to run away, and as it's digging through it, you'd see the POV, and as he's running through the dirt, One Punch Man's face go, how's it going? Like, he just reveals his face through the dirt. I forget the actual dialogue, but it's pretty much like he's running in this POV, you see the dirt, dirt, and then his face is like, how's he doing? You know, how's it going? You know, smiling. It's ah. So for some reason that made me laugh. I didn't expect that, but that was pretty funny. And even with the humor, again, the taking the piss out of the tropes. There's this other robot is like a gorilla that's fighting our good guy cyborg, and he's talking all deep, and he's got this robot voice. And then One Punch Man comes up and goes, I think he holds like an eyeball or something. It's like, oh, you think that your buddy's going to help you? Is it this buddy? This guy? Sure you don't want to say anything? And it pauses, and Gorilla looks. He's like, I'm sorry, okay, just don't kill me. I'm sorry. What happened to your robot voice? Listen, I'm sorry, I was just trying to sound cool, okay? I was just trying to sound cool. I'll tell you what you need. And this, for me, I appreciate going in that other direction. It made it more fun. It made much more interesting for me to see what would happen next. So I did like that episode as well. I did like the third episode, the obsessive scientist. He did a bit of his backstory and his place called the House of Evolution and what he wants to do. He doesn't think humans should be good enough, so he wants to have experiments that will be better than humans. So he's also the guy that sent those creatures from before in the previous episode. So our lead guy and the cyborg go after, they find the secret base, they go into the secret caverns of the base, and ultimately the scientist unleashes this big experiment, Carnage Kabuto, this big demon looking experimentation type of villain, leads them into this big white room to fight. And then again, it plays your expectations. Okay, he's going to try to fight, but then it gets close to One Punch Man and then gets scared and runs right across the room. Listen, I know what I want to do, but my instincts tell me I can't do it or he'll kill me. He's like scared to death. And then One Punch Man goes, listen, alright, you gave your story. The scientist, the cyborg, the evil. I'll tell you the secrets to my power. He's like, very super serious. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and jog. And the cyborg's like, are you out of your mind? That's just that's not even typical, that's below average. Huh? I don't know what to tell you. Stop lying, what is it? And so this creature says, you know what, screw it, I'm going to kill this guy anyway, and transforms to be bigger, and be more massive and faster. And One Punch Man is giving this big speech about you're supposed to think the dire circumstances, maybe this guy's too much, maybe I've bit off more than I could choose. But no, instead the big speech is because it's bargain day and he thinks he missed it. He's like, no! The deals at the stores. No, it's Saturday. Damn it! Blows up the guy. And then the cyborg's like, no, what? It closes at 7. We just don't make it. We can? Let's go. And the scientist is just looking like, I gotta get out of this business. So then you think, okay, it's going to be like I did most shows, it'd be, okay, here's the bad guy throughout the shows, but deal with all these experimentations. No, it's, as far as I know, it's done right then and there. Again, that was the fun of it. Number 4, I liked that episode where this group, where they all have shaved heads, and they're like a terrorist group, but also they're against employment, They think food and water and everything should be free to everybody. Food and shelter should be free. So they're making buildings explode. But of course they get the wrong building. So they're going to the next building. There's this guy on a bicycle who he tries to be a big hero. And then it cuts to him bloody on the ground. I thought he was dead, but he's not dead. He was in the hospital, but he looked dead. I thought that was a funny reveal. That's the type of comedy that'd be like in the first Kick-Ass movie. You know, that kind of feeling. And then our lead guy's pissed off because they all stole my look with the bald head. And now, because they're doing this, people will look at me and think I'm one of these guys. So another group hires this ninja, I forget the name of it, this modern ninja, to go after this terrorist group, and he takes care of more of them, popping their heads off like they're Pez dispensers. And he thinks he killed the head guy, but the head guy's head is a bit too tough, so he gets away until he meets One Punch Man. And the guy gears up with his armor, super, super duper armor. And One Punch Man listens to him talk and just explodes all the armor. And then the guy's, oh, please don't kill me. Right, get out then. And then there's the ninja comes after him and says, oh no, I'm not one of those guys. No. I think you are. And he's dodging the guy very quickly, very easily, and makes the ninja more and more mad. No, you've insulted my honor, or however the hell he said it. I cannot let this stand. So he keeps dodging, keeps moving around, and the guy jumps down, and One Punch Man does this, but he tries to stop, but he barely grazes the crotch. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't do that on purpose. See, your momentum carried my fist into your... It doesn't explode, but just completely... will probably never have kids for the rest of his life type of thing. And we all know how that goes when you got the balls and just... or just even like... Talk about Little Richard. Ooh, to the fruity movie. You don't feel it. And it says, I'm going to get revenge of you one day. So again, it was different from the other episodes. It went at a good pace. It still has a fun sense of humor to it. He doesn't kill anybody in this, destroy anybody, but still he defeats... with that one punch. Well, two guys, actually. Doesn't kill them, but defeats them. I thought that was entertaining enough. The bad guys getting the wrong building. The violence of the ninja popping all these heads off. One Punch Man dealing with these two guys. How some of the citizens, oh, you're one of the terrorists. No, I'm not. Yeah, you got a bald head. And then number 5 and 6, where I stopped it, was pretty much no one knows who he is. He's depressed about that. And the cyborg guy goes, oh, well, there's this hero registry. What? Yeah, do that, and then they'll give advertising, and the people will know who you are and what you look like. So he beats the test physically, but I guess the written exam, he only gets a C. So he's only a C level, while the cyborg gets a higher level. It's kind of interesting because the organization is looking more towards the cyborg. So it's like they're looking more to the sidekick than the lead. So again, changing it where, oh, okay, they want to look into this, it's how this guy works and use his powers, and you think, oh, it's not the lead. It's actually the sidekick. So that creates a little bit of intrigue. There's a bit where the two of them have a match, and the cyborg tells him, "Don't hold back, don't hold back." Okay. Now he does a punch, but moves out of the way. And the cyborg is pretty much, if he says he can't piss his pants, because he's a cyborg, I'm sure he would have, but I'm sure he's glad he can't. Because he looks back and like the entire mountainous area has this big hole in it. Massive as hell. So I like how there are times it does showcase the immense strength that this guy has. And then episode 6 is pretty much, well, you're class level C, so you have to catch someone like a purse snatcher or someone. If you don't do it within the day, then they'll take you off. What? You didn't tell me that? So he runs off and he's trying to find and running around, but he's running around so much that people think he's a disturbance and someone tries to mess with him. And then that ninja comes back and starts wrecking buildings. Damn, I need to find a villain. Wait, a villain? It comes down and knocks the guy down. I don't know if he kills the guy, but definitely ruins his day. And I don't think these episodes are bad. At least you get a little bit more character with the cyborg character. That this hero registry organization, they have some type of curiosity on the cyborg character. There's a bit of intrigue of where that's going to, where that's leading to. Episode 6 ends that there's apparently a bigger threat looming and coming for whoever, whatever, which I'm sure you find out later. I'm on the hero registry among them. There's this girl that's, I don't know too much about, just by this point they haven't said too much about her, but she almost like a, I don't know, like a spirit, a ghost, like type of thing where she'll like glow and rise up, and she definitely has some powers of her own. Or you're kind of sitting there going, how the hell does no one know who this guy is when all the shit he's done? But I guess, the battles are so quick that no one notices. And there's probably someone else who takes the credit for it. That's probably why. I mean, they actually do show that apparently the bicycle guy, got the credit for the terrorist group in the episode 4. I think what it is, the first 4 episodes, they were so gung-ho with the action, and they're kind of like one-off stories. Now it's trying to get into a bit more of a continuity story, a little bit more, so it's not as action-packed. There's still action there, just not as much as the first 4, especially the first 2 or 3. But I mean, maybe one day I'll catch the rest of it to see where it goes. Maybe there's crazier stuff later on. I just hope it's not one of those things that, okay, now it's much more... I mean, it's not bad if it's more dialogue-oriented. They get to know more about the characters, the dynamics. And it tends to be rather funny so far that I've seen. But I hope it still keeps that kind of violent energy that the first half of this did. Hopefully it would continue that. I did watch the subtitle version. I don't know if there's a dub version. I'm sure there is a DVD release. I don't know how much it is, or don't even know if it's on Blu-ray or if it has features. I don't know. The animation, is anime style. Episodes about 20-25 minutes apiece. They seem they're gone for the most part fairly quickly. Overall, I rather liked it. I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I like the violence. I like the action. I like how it, taking the piss out of the tropes, the typical tropes, and overall it was a fun time. I had a good time with it. So thank you once again, Lord Dragur. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.